Today I'm going to read Angelina's Christmas. If you like part of Angelina's Christmas, comment down below. And you should probably subscribe too if you like the whole book. So let's get started. Angelina's Christmas. Christmas was coming and everyone at Angelina's school was working hard to prepare for the Christmas show. Angelina and the other children stayed after their lessons to read chairs and help decorate the hall. When Angelina left school, it was already dark outside. Large snowflakes were falling, and Angelina was so excited that she danced along the pavement. The cottages in the village looked warm and welcoming, with holly wreaths on the doors and Christmas lights shining in all the windows, but the very last cottage was cold and dark. Angelina peeked in the window and saw an old man huddled by a tiny fireplace. Angelina ran the rest of the way home, and she found her mother and little cousin Henry in the kitchen. She asked her mother all about the man who lived alone in the cottage. "Oh, that's Mr. Bell," her mother replied. He used to be the village postman, but he's too old to work now. Angelina decided that she wanted to make a Christmas surprise for Mr. Bell. So Mrs. Mouseling gave her some dough to make biscuits shaped like stars, bells, and trees. Henry had a piece of dough too. He made a nice Father Christmas biscuit. "Look," he said, "probably I'm going to see Father Christmas tonight and give him a biscuit myself." Father Christmas only comes late at night after everyone has gone to bed, and Angelina explained. "Why don't you leave your special biscuit on a plate for him?" Henry started to cry. "No," he shouted. "I want to see Father Christmas." "Don't be such a crybaby," Angelina shouted, but Henry wouldn't stop crying. He's probably a crybaby. He cries about everything. Next afternoon, Angelina and her mother packed the basket with the biscuits, mice pies, and fruit for Mr. Bell. "Don't you want to help, Angelina? Take the fruit presents to Mr. Bell?" asked Miss Mouseling, but Henry only shook his head. Then Angelina and her father went to find a Christmas tree for Mr. Bell. Henry followed Angelina and Mr. Mouseling all the way to Mr. Bell's cottage, but he still wouldn't speak to them. "'Cause I think he wants to see Father Christmas, that's Santa Claus." The old postman was amazed and delighted to see visitors. He invited Angelina and her father inside, and then noticed Henry standing alone in the snow. "Come in, my friend," said Mr. Bell with a smile. Henry picked up and brought him near the fire. Mr. Bell's eyes were bright and twinkling. "Wait here a moment," he said, and to spring up in the stairs. Then he came down looking. just like Father Christmas. This is the red costume I wore once when Father Christmas needed someone to take his place at the village Christmas party," said Mr. Bell with a chuckle, and he set it down with Henry on his knee, while Mr. Mouseling made a tea and Angelina decorated the tree. Henry listened to Mr. Bell's stories. I used to go around on my bicycle, no matter what the weather was like, to deliver presents to all the children in the countryside. One year, there was a little terrible snowstorm, and all the roads were covered with snow. I had to deliver toys in a sled, and if I hadn't gone the village lights blinked in the distance, I would have been lost in the storm. Henry listened with wide eyes. When it was time to go, Henry reached in his pocket and, "I made this," he said. "I'd like to give it to you." Out the pocket he took Out of his pocket he took a big Father Christmas biscuit and gave it to Mr. Bell. "This is the best Christmas surprise I had for many years," said Mr. Bell, thinking Henry and Angelina for their presents. Angelina said she wished Mr. Bell would come to her school show in his father's Christmas costume. "That would be a pleasure," he said, smiling. Mr. Bell kept his promise. He came to the Christmas show in his red costume and watched Angelina and her friends dressed as sugar plum fairies dancing Nutcracker shoot. It's like the Nutcracker. It's Nutcracker. Later, all the children gathered around Mr. Bell, and Henry felt proud as Mr. Bell handed out the Christmas presents and entertained everyone with stories about his adventures as postman. That's cool. Mr. Bell was never lonely at Christmas again because every year he was invited to come to Angelina's school show dressed as Father Christmas. Oh, that's sweet and cool. It's done, but subscribe if you have this book, or if you like this book. I kind of like it because it's just about Angelina's Christmas and it was awesome for her. So yeah, comment in the comments below. So bye, subscribe, and I'm gonna read you some Christmas stories. We have some books from the library and some books from my friends that were gifts. Some books from the shelves. And tell me in the comments below which one's your favorite Christmas story and which Christmas book should I do next in my videos. I got this Christmas storybook collection, so I'm going to read you some books. And subscribe, don't forget. Which one's your favorite book?